Could it happen here? The Greens insist that mobile phone messages could have been intercepted by reporters in Australia, although the party has yet to offer any proof. As the scandal in Britain and elsewhere intensifies, Rupert Murdoch's Australian group News Limited is now feeling the heat. The Greens want a government inquiry into the company as part of a thorough review of media ethics and ownership.
Here in Australia, there's a sufficient concern about the potential unrolling of similar events in this country.
News Limited says it's offensive and wrong to link the scandal in the UK with its operations in Australia. The company's chief executive, John Hartigan, says the journalism culture here is far less ruthless than in Britain.
You know, they refer to a lot of the media as red tops in the United Kingdom. They're very aggressive newspapers. They have, you know, they're very sensational. They deal with people's lives, private lives, and some of the behaviours that have come out have obviously been driven by the need to get in front of each other. I would argue very strenuously that we don't have those behaviours in Australia.
The debate in Australia now spreads beyond the issue of snooping by the press and is focusing on media ownership and what academics call the concentration of power.
What I do think would be fabulous is for a genuine open look at how we promote diverse content and how we understand ethical practices. You know, I'm very aware that most media practices are self-regulated. And yet, ironically, journalists are the first people to jump on other kinds of self-regulation and say, oh, that's a toothless tiger.
Australia is where it all began for Rupert Murdoch more than 50 years ago, with just a single newspaper. His operation here has become the country's most powerful media organisation, but is being scrutinised like never before. News Limited said it would cooperate fully with any inquiry, but seems certain to face more questions when the Australian Parliament resumes next month. Phil Mercer, BBC News, Sydney.